Whatever. All right. So, all right. I'm just gonna start saying hi, everyone. I'm Byron, joined with Gigi. Superman might join us a little bit later. We are the creative founders behind the Creepy Companions collection and the Zomsays. And we're gonna talk about crypto, and I'm gonna draw a bit. But before that, I have to quickly do something. So I'm gonna put the mute button on and put on a slideshow for a minute. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. The mute is off, and the slideshow is ending. So here we are. We're gonna crack this open. It's been, like I said, a really busy almost busy couple of weeks. It's crazy. I don't know what happened, Gigi, but ever since you went on vacation, things have kind of gone to weird. First you get sick, I get sick, your dogs are sick, everybody's sick. So anyway.
Shit happens, man. It's this. I think it's the change of weather and stuff. So your body's getting used to it. So we catch those little bugs there during the springtime, but it builds all those extra germs for the spring and summer, so we don't get sick again. So
right, and then kids start going back to school, and suddenly they're bringing all those germs home, and now measles are flying around all over the place. It's so stupid.
Seriously.
What are you gonna do? It is what it is. But yeah, I missed Tuesday, unfortunately, with you guys. So I don't know what happened there, but
nothing happened actually.
Well, I went to Disneyland, so
yeah, we took that day off. Kind of had a mental health day or something.
Yeah, I got my friend dropped off his dog. He went to Mexico for 10 days. Nobody wanted to take care of his dog, so I'm like, okay, look, I'll do it. It's a pretty big dog there. Honestly, it's more of a horse than anything. But surprisingly, he's been very good. Just he follows me around everywhere. He does not go anywhere without me being there. The other day, I went to pick up the kids. He started howling like a wolf. I go, this dog.
What's the dog's name?
Thor, the god of thunder.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And it's a big boy, huh? He's a Marvel fan.
So,
but he's a bit aggressive. Like, so you get near his bowl for the food, or he's gonna bark back at you. So he did that to my girls. So my girls are a bit scared.
Oh, that's too bad.
My daughter came in the bed to wake me up, and he got super protective. He jumped on the bed and started barking at him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so...
I'm telling you, man, get a cat.
No, I'm allergic. All right. It's enough dog talk.
So, prior to us having this conversation, I had a little voice chat with a guy called Monster Vision, who I had met back in my early days on Wax. I zombified him. He made a music video of it because he's a musician as well as an entrepreneur of other kinds. He has his own kind of little company called Sneaker. I'm not sure exactly on the spelling of it at the moment, but I have his website. And the idea is he's basically putting art on sneakers. And he's got some manufacturing contacts in, I think, Japan or Korea or something like that. My memory's a sieve sometimes, but he is putting out sneakers on top of other things that he does. But so he's wanting me to give him some of my art so we can start a zombie sneaker line. So that might be happening in the next little while. That'd be kind of cool. He likes building on Polygon, but doesn't really. He's not like agnostic on any one chain. He just goes where it's most convenient, right? He also does a lot of augmented reality, and he's going to be part of an augmented reality show, a convention that he has an award in and stuff like this in, I believe, in August. And he wants to talk with you guys and me a little bit about collaborating in a way that we can get the creepy companions and Zomsace holders involved as well. So sometime next week we should have a conversation with him together. On top of that, we're also in discussion on making a zombie endless runner kind of game, kind of like I can't remember the name of those runner games.
Where we have one for the Wowaverse. We're gonna have one for a little Chihuahua dog. So,
but that's a shooting game, right?
Endless runner. It's like you're basically avoiding obstacles. So
you're
just
exactly.
Jumping. You're going left or right and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very popular game. Like probably everybody has it on their phone. So,
do you have that?
Is that what you really want to do, or is it the one? Because I see a lot of commercials of like zombies coming. There's a guy with a gun and he's like shooting them, and then if he goes from left to right, and he has to pick up more soldiers or more guns. I mean, that looks really fun.
Yeah, those are like little war games. By any chance, can you lower the mic a little bit? You're coming out really loud on mine. I don't know about you, Byron.
Yeah, he's shouting, but I think it might
really.
A little bit. Yeah. Might have a way to control him. Let's see. Where are you? There you are.
Oh wait.
GG.
Wait.
He's been playing.
Try that now.
Oh. Hello.
Is that GG still?
No, that's me. Wait, let me see.
Oh, I muted him. Oops, what the heck? I didn't want to mute him.
Okay. What about this? Is it better?
GG muted himself, I guess. I can't hear GG
Did
anymore.
GG, what about now?
I can hear you fine, Superman. Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Do you still hear me loud like before?
Well, you're still pretty loud, but you're not bad. Let's see. There, how was it now?
Okay,
I turned you down on my end.
Okay. I put it down on my volume settings.
Superman with the mic issues, but yeah.
If it's not mic issues, he's hammering the keyboard like he's putting in nails.
So for the game that you're talking about, actually I have that game on my phone. So you're like shooting basically at stuff that's coming at you. I guess it's sort of a endless runner, but with a different dynamic. With
so it's endless waves of zombies coming at you, right?
Well, this is one where have you ever played Temple Run? I think it's more along the lines of Temple Run, where you're running along a corridor and you got to go left and then you got to go right. You got to jump and you got.
Yes.
I think it's going to be more like that. But he's got a lot of connections in that kind of industry. So we talked like 3 years ago almost about making a game, and then things happened, and now we're talking again. So that's kind of what he does. He's a facilitator of ideas, and he's going to help facilitate.
Well, if ever he wants to explore, the guys we hired for Guarmada, they also do this kind of things.
Nice.
I'm not sure how much he charges versus what they charge, but they've shown to be very reliable.
If you want to have a chat with them next week, I can set that up. He'd be happy to talk because we have the holders and we have the fans that like to follow the art around a bit. So we should really try to capitalize on that a little bit.
100%. I'm super down.
All right. So I'll set that up. He was down for that too. So what's new in the charts? What's new in the ecosystem?
Superman, you want to take it? You want to take the take the lead on this one. Go for it.
Do you still me allowed though?
A
You're
little
good.
bit.
I think you're good.
Yeah. Well, the market seems to have turned around a bit here. I'm not the best charting guy, but we just recently hit the debt cross on the charts. The thing we were laughing about the other day. So normally the debt cross signifies usually a bottom. We should get a rally, but the question is how long? Is it going to be long? Is it going to be short? Is it a question of a week, 2 weeks? That nobody knows. But it's just an interesting fact that the dead cross happened, and a few days after the market started going back up a bit. I think people got a bit tired with this whole tariff talk. I mean, after a while, you keep shouting the same thing over and over again. People get desensitized over it.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of what's happening now. Now we got to see. We also got some good news there. The SEC chair, they named a new guy. I think his name is Paul Atkins. He's very pro crypto. So that's some big news for all the crypto projects. All these lawsuits going around, they're probably going to get dropped. So, I mean, overall, there's a lot of good news in the crypto space. Now we just got to see if the price is going to follow.
All right. Well, that's good on the charts then, I guess. How about, like, I hear there's a bunch of new building going on Say. So what's that going like?
So, something interesting. I've been speaking with this team called Say Cred. They're basically trying to bring back a native Say marketplace for NFTs, and basically have most of the features that we were used to having on Palette. So it's a very interesting thing they want to do. I mean, for us, for our collection, it would be ideal. They would be able to launch more pieces on Save the Dead. They'd be able to fix our issues with people not seeing their NFTs. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, it's new. They're on testnet right now. I told them next week when Gigi comes back, I'd love to have them on a live stream. Really talk about himself, the founder, who he is. Talk about the project, how it came to be, and all that. Because I think we all have quite a few questions. I feel like they kind of came out of nowhere, and now they're here. What they want to do is really what the community wants. So honestly, it's really interesting. For us, it would be. Yeah, I mean, for us, it would be great, especially for the Say the Dead collection.
Yeah.
Launching new pieces, allowing us to bring back that burn mechanism to acquire these Say the Dead pieces. I mean, just overall for us would be great.
That's awesome. So hopefully they get it done, because I mean, yeah, you're right. Say is definitely missing a native marketplace. It needs something that's just dedicated to Say. Magic Eden is trying, but they're not.
Well, that's what he was saying. I heard him in the space is saying that basically Magic Eden is trying to manage like 11 chains. Yeah. I mean, so to put all this focus on Say, especially with the volume that's happening now, I mean,
or lack of
business-wise, it doesn't make sense for them, right?
Yep.
Whereas having a Say native marketplace, you could really cater to the projects that are building here and try to accommodate their needs.
Yeah, build the blockchain better. That's cool. Hope it goes well.
Well, say guys, I think they really took like an institutional approach currently. Like, you know, they kind of like went away from retail and you know, NFTs and stuff. Like after the Magic Eden stuff, you know, they really started doing more collaborations, more partnerships, and really focusing on those major collaborations. They're going to bring a lot more liquidity to the ecosystem. So I think it is a good approach, especially when it got a little bit quiet across the board in the NFT scene. But I think the fact that these projects, like the ones that Superman's talking about, that they're looking at, you know, creating the tools for the NFT collections, because I do think it is a great way to get new people and, you know, the retail, which is, you know, real people that are tweeting on Twitter about the chain, about the collections, about the artists. You know, I think you need both, right? You need the institutions and the retail in order to make the chain successful. So I'm interested to see where we're going to take that space. And yeah, we do have a lot of questions because ever since we did do that migration to Magic Eden, not only did the royalties get affected, right? If I'm not mistaken, like people can decide if they give royalties or not. So
Yeah.
that's pretty wild. And I didn't remember anybody talking about that. And I think it's a big deal. I mean, you put your art out there, you give it for free, and then there's no royalties. Kind of defies the purpose. So very curious if they're going to reinforce the existing royalties that we had set up for the collection, because without the royalties, I mean, how we're going to keep operating the collection without any funding, right? So
Yeah, like what would be the point?
exactly. So I think OpenSea did that as well. So and that's why I like these smaller marketplaces. They're really catered to the creators. So like Stargaze and this new what's it called, Superman, the new the one that they're working on.
Sacred.
Sacred.
Yeah, like as in
I'm
it's
gonna
very
be
sacred to us. Say is sacred to us.
sacred. There you go.
Oh, Byron, I like how you
Play on
think.
words. But
And also in Say News, I think I saw somewhere Canary Capital has registered a state Say ETF in Delaware. So there's sort of Say ETF talks as well, which is very good because like you were saying, Say is, I believe they're trying to go more institutional.
What does ETF mean again?
So it's an exchange traded fund. So basically allowing people from Wall Street to acquire the asset indirectly via a company or something. So it's like BlackRock that has their Bitcoin ETF, right?
Right. Okay.
So it's a way for these Wall Street guys to buy Bitcoin without actually holding the private keys. So you're basically putting your trust into BlackRock to hold the Bitcoin for you.
And if it ever goes down, then all your funds are gone, kind of thing.
Yeah, like the South Park clip, and they're gone. But yeah, no, it's good. Look, overall, that's what you want to see from your chain when it gets quiet, is that they're still building, they're still making collaborations, and that's what you're doing. So overall, I think we made a good choice on the chain. It's a chain that's moving forward. And speaking of other chains now that we're building on, Stargaze today, I think just right now, just enabled gas on their platform. So until now, it was
mean?
free to. So it was free to transfer NFTs. It was free to mint. It was, everything was free, right? So the reason they did that was to make it easy to onboard new users. But now it's been 2-3 years that the chain is live. And now they officially passed the proposal. So it passed this week. Now they enabled it officially on the chain. So whenever you're going to be minting or you're going to be transferring NFTs, there's going to be fees that are charged. And what they're going to do with those fees is they're going to, first of all, support the token. So the token should, in my opinion, get some nice boost in terms of price action, because now there's going to be fees directly buying back the token. They're going to build liquidity pools with Bitcoin. So that's something that I think a lot of chains are moving towards, is building that liquidity in Bitcoin, which is the most stable asset. So by pairing your token with that asset, it stabilizes the price long term. So it's good for the chain. It's good for the liquidity. So overall, let's see how it pans out. But I mean, there's so many transfers and mints. Sometimes there's a free mint and, there's not a lot of movement. Well, the platform itself doesn't generate any fees, but now it will. So
are we going to see those fees when we make a purchase or a transaction, or is it going to be hidden?
Well, it's going to be like right now, let's say you would mint, like you wouldn't see, it would say gas is 0, right? So now your gas is going to be, I don't know, 0.1 or 0.2 stars, right? So which is pennies. It's still super cheap, but those pennies add up when there's hundreds of thousands of transactions. So those pennies add up to quite a nice chunk of change. So, and they're going to be purchasing tokens. They're going to be buying back. They're going to be burning the tokens. So overall, it's just good for the chain to have that. I know that's something that Stargaze reached out to the creators and they asked us for our opinions. And that was something when I was in the meeting with them that I told them that, guys, I love this free stuff, but at some point, I think it's for the token itself, because if the token doesn't perform well, the people leave. People are there to make money, right? So If the token doesn't have any good price action, well, obviously people are going to leave. So I think it was a huge step in the right direction for Stargaze. And yeah, let's see how it evolves in the next couple of months. But for sure, I think for the stakers, for the chain itself, it's great. And maybe we could talk a little bit about that tweet that the founder made where basically they're going to be looking at rewarding the stakers, so especially the creators. So we're one of those creators that is staking the stars token in our treasury, which is I think it rare for creators. There's not a lot of them that are doing it, and what they plan on doing with that is showcasing the collections, maybe on the launch pad, the main launch pad, or the main featured page where will be showcased, so that people know that this creator here is supporting the platform, the ecosystem, and we're right up there. We literally put 70% of the funds that we raised inside of that treasury, and it's been growing ever since with the Horde of the Undead. We just sold that piece today, that gravy, which you're drawing right now.
Oh yeah, I'm on to a different piece, but yeah, I saw you picked that one up, which is pretty cool.
He picked it up for 15K, and that's our economic model. People get the stars token, they pay for the piece in stars. We take 50% of the funds and we put it back into our DAO that keeps growing it. And with their staking rewards, we're sweeping the floor, so we're generating volume. We're taking the tokens out of circulation. So overall, we really took a lot of pride in doing that with your collection, and it helped us open our validator as well. So sometimes it's cool to support the people that are supporting the chain itself. So
yeah,
if people are looking to delegate some of those stars to us, well, it really supports myself, Superman, and the AAA team. So it's great news, man, and I'm happy. I can't wait to see what happens. And for sure, I'm going to reach out to Brady, see what's going to happen with our collection, or what does that entitle for us. Like, are we going to be like on the main page, or can we push even the Horde of the Undead, because they're kind of associated together, so we want to showcase both. So and Horde of the Undead is coming out nicely, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at his tweet. So basically, if you're a star staker, so it's going to incentivize people to stake, which removes tokens from circulation, which is always good. So you'll get reduced marketplace trading fees. You'll get priority whitelist access. So I'm not sure if this is a feature maybe for collections to have the option to whitelist the top stakers, which I think would be really interesting. Enhanced visibility for creators who stake the stars token. So in our example, it's exactly what Gigi was saying. So since we have one of the largest treasuries in stars for a creator, I believe, we'd probably get a lot of visibility on the main page, which would be great. And they'll be holding raffles and exclusive gated features, probably in the Discord. And this is to reward really those that have been supporting Stargaze over the years, which I think is huge.
The priority lane is really the feature that I think is going to be big, because right now they're giving whitelist always to the same collections, right? The Mad Scientists and the Celestine Slots, and it's always them getting whitelist. And I think the star stakers, which is actually, by staking your stars, you're actually securing the network, right? If there's no stakers, the chain doesn't work. So to me, that was something that was really lacking on the chain, and the fact that now they're going to put up an emphasis on that specific part for whitelist. So imagine the next big mint, they'll give access to people that are staking, I'm just going to say round numbers, where 100,000 stars minimum. Well, the guys that are actually supporting and securing the network will get access to those mints in a priority lane, right? Priority whitelist for them. So I think it's amazing. So
yeah.
So what else, Byron? I saw this week that you've been attending some spaces on Wax. I know that I haven't been able to listen to them or be on that much since I'm still in Miami here, but maybe you want to talk a little bit about what you guys discussed there. I see there's quite some movement on Wax as well.
Yeah, Wax is constantly surprising me. Like the year I was away with you guys, a year plus, I guess, there was a lot of building going on behind the scenes, and a lot of communities being built up, and a lot of games, and a lot, right? The Wax space that I was in yesterday, they often focus on the creators and stuff, right? Which is smart. So I was talking with a guy called Black Flang, and we talked about having our art in the Chicago ETH convention that they had just recently. Our art was displayed on this big thing with a bunch of other people, so that was really cool. A little exposure to wax.
Did that happen already?
That happened already. There's another convention coming up in Toronto in May, and Wax is showing up. The one guy that put this together for the Chicago one is going to be there, and he's basically going to be doing a whole bunch of giveaways for Wax, and my art will be one of those things that people can win. I'm actually making a small exclusive NFT thing that will be tied to a physical art.
So I'm just curious. Have you seen an impact from your art being showcased at this thing?
The only impact has been more followers on Twitter, and that makes my drip and my wax and other things a little bit of exposure, but it hasn't been a huge ton. It's kind of neat though, just seeing it's getting out there, right?
For sure.
But then, yeah, like some people have followed just because they found my art at that convention. Same with the other guys.
Awesome,
now, yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they're constantly building. I wish I was kind of more involved in some of that stuff, but it's just, it's not where I'm at, I guess. But for my wax news, the Horde's ass pack that I had launched a couple weeks ago, it finally concluded, and basically what it was a pack of NFTs. You'd buy your one pack, right? Let's say it's this, and you would burn it, and inside it you'd get like 4 different art pieces, and then you would try to collect all the same kind of series, right? So in that one pack, I had a series of 16 square skulls, a series of 10 ink sketches, and a series of 6 speed skull paintings, all packed together in this one little ass pack series 8. And the ASS, by the way, stands for Assorted Sketches and Stickers. So it's not like an actual
I love
ass,
the names.
right? I like playing around with words a lot. So anyway, after weeks and weeks of people buying them, opening them up, collecting, and then trying to get the special secret NFT, which would be like the animated version showing all 16 square skulls or whatever, right? I airdropped them those that had those special NFTs, I airdropped them a golden ticket. And then just yesterday in that wax spaces, the golden ticket started opening up, and that's when people would get to know which NFT is a one-of-one tied to the original art. So in my one a collection of mine on wax is called Own Byron's Art, and all that is about is one-of-ones tied to the actual original physical artwork, right? So now these people each have, some of them have 8. They managed to collect 8 of my paintings, and now one of these days I'll be mailing 8 paintings out to this one guy. He's a collector, and he also owns the one-of-one NFT on the Wax blockchain, which can be eventually transferred to Base or Polygon or Solana or who knows where else. They're building bridges all the time. So anyway, that concluded, and that was kind of fun. A little excitement in the Horde for a while on Wax. There are RWAs.
Yeah, no, I was looking at your drips right now while you were talking about wax, and I just saw these pieces that you put up, the feet with the squids, and man, they look really different and unique.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I see something like that. Limbs, zombified limbs.
Yeah, well,
that made me laugh. Something, I think it's a foot with a feet or something like that. Really made me laugh.
Foot with tentacles. The other day, Vibhu from the founder of Drip was talking about feet and stuff. So not the other day, this was like 2 months ago. So I had my sketchbook as I was listening to his spaces, and I started drawing feet for some dumb reason. And then just last week or so, I put them on Drip, right? And Drip is really cool. They keep building as well. They have this new feature. They have actually 3 new features. 3. I can't even draw right now. I'm talking so much. But one of the features is a preview. So if I wanted to set up a bunch of daily drops on Drip, which is just sketches like this, right? I'm not trying to do super masterpieces and send them out for free. Those are different. But on Drip, I can put out my sketches and my little things, and I can put previews. So I can put previews all the way like a month in advance, right? So you know what day this is going to drop, and you can get ready for it. And if you don't want the feet, maybe you want the coffee cup, right? So that's cool. They now brought out another feature as well called the Eternal. That's a new rarity. So they originally had Common, which is basically free for everyone, Rare, Legendary, and Ultimate. And the Ultimate was supposed to be the one-of-one, but you could mint 5 of them. So what's the point? That's not a one-of-one, not really. The Eternal now is a one-of-one, and that's all it is. Boom, one-of-one, one and done. So that's nice. They got that going on. And then they also have a new feature on their website. It's called Store. So if you go to the Drip Horde and you click on that Store link at the top near the leaderboard, I can now go and I can put all my previous drops for sale. So if you really wanted that ultimate Cthulhu painting I did a couple weeks ago, I can now put it up for sale, but I'm not going to put it up for sale for 10 droplets, right? It's going to go up for like 200 or 2,000 or 20,000 because this is now extra rare, and I'm trying to bring value to those that purchased it before and could resell it on Tensor. So I don't know, a whole bunch of shit going on there. It's just blows my mind.
Are these all are new features from the Jupiter Exchange that acquired the drip, or I'm guessing that's where it comes from?
These were actually already in the works prior to the Jupiter Exchange, and then now with Jupiter Exchange, they're actually, here's another thing with Drip. They are making their own pump.fun, but for Drip, and then they're going to allow the Dripsters to use those coins to acquire their own NFTs on Drip. So they're allowing creators to have their own economies now, basically. So that's kind of cool.
We can have maybe some DHC one day there. So,
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of waiting for it to be ironed out. Then I'm going to definitely hit that DHC create button.
Well, we'll talk in the back channels, but I also have some stuff in the back channels that hasn't been announced yet, but some stuff that we can look at together.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool for these meme coins because there's kind of like meme coins with utility now if they can actually be used to purchase something specific. So we see a lot of them now, right? On Mantra, we had the bike meme coin that launched, and then you could purchase real motorcycles that are you can track on GPS that are actually delivering goods and generating USD for the holders after. So like you use the token to purchase specific NFTs, so it gives a real utility. And the same thing with the Mad Scientist. They launched their lab token, which is used to mint the Mad Scientist, and it's the only way to mint them is to get the lab token. So I think there's kind of like a direction that these meme coins are taking now, where they're not just meme coins, but an actual utility that comes with them. So it's very interesting. And yeah, for artists, you can be one of the first to have.
I have to step out for just 2 seconds, okay? I'll be right back. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Keep talking amongst yourselves. I will return.
Yeah. Well, Superman, now that we're talking here, maybe we can talk about those pieces that we put out, the one that the gravy one and the sticky dino that we launched.
Yeah, so I posted already on the Creepy Companions handle the piece that was won on auction by Gravy. He won it for 15k stars. We took 50% of those proceeds, put it back into the DAO. The DAO is growing nicely. I think we're approaching the 1.6 million stars in the treasury. Plus, we have those 3,000 says as well. So, I mean, all we're really waiting for is some positive movements in the market for these DAOs to really take shape.
Yeah, I really think that the stars token that we minted at the price levels that we did was a good entry for the token itself. So again, we were really expecting some better price action earlier than this, but at the same time, we're still hovering there around those prices where we minted at. So we're really excited about these new features that came out because that's when we can really showcase what the DAOs are able to do with the funds that we raised, right? We didn't raise funds in USD, we raised them in stars. And if you believe that 1 star is 1 star, well, just adding those stars tokens to the treasury is quite unique. And we even have the say from the Swamp says that are adding up. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the sticky.
To me, honestly, the price is one thing, but what I want to see is really that the projects continue to build. I mean, if they continue to build, sooner or later Sorry?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Did you hear us coughing?
Yeah.
I thought I muted it. Sorry about that. Fuck.
It's all good.
I drank water too wrong. Anyway.
It was in the background.
Sorry about that. Took a sip of water wrong. Ever do that? Take water wrong and then you try to drink more water.
Sometimes it happens. Yeah, it happens with my spit sometimes.
Oh god, I feel like I just about died there. Anyway.
So we were talking about the stars token, Byron,
Okay.
and the sticky piece and the gravy piece. So I'll let Superman finish the sticky piece. But yeah, basically we're happy that we're stacking the stars token. That was our mission, and with the piece that we just sold for gravy, where 50% goes to the DAO, and that's our economic model. So we want to keep rewarding the existing holders, and we think with these new gas fees that hopefully the price action goes in a positive way, right? It's been going down for so long, right? Because the sort of the bear market in between the bull, that sometimes you don't really see the fruits of the rewards and the work that you put in.
Yep.
But as soon as that price action picks up, that's when we look like geniuses, right? And it's happened to us a few times in these last 3 years, right? Sometimes our tokens, the ones that we have in our treasuries, they go up really fast, and we look like geniuses, and you're sitting on a huge USD valuation. And now, unfortunately, these last couple of months, it has been going down. But I do think that the downside is like limited right now, and the upside is the potential is absolutely insane. So we're really looking forward for that, and that's why putting these pieces like the one for gravy that he just won, and we're putting those funds away. And as the price gets lower, we can stack more of the token. So if you believe that 1 stars is 1 stars, well, we're stacking a lot more now at these lower prices, and it's making it also an easier entry for people to get in, right? Because instead of paying $10, they can pay just a couple of dollars to get the pieces. So if nobody has a creepy companion yet, they should really consider it, because it's the DAO that basically manages Byron's collections on the Cosmos side. So very interesting. But yeah, Superman, what about the sticky piece? Maybe talk a little bit why we made the piece for him, and how did he acquire it, and maybe a bit of the description about the piece itself.
Well, I'm gonna let Byron talk about the piece since he drew it, but for Sticky himself, he's been a huge supporter of us, whether it be on Say Network or on Stargaze. I mean, he's been hoarding the Horde for quite a long time. He was sweeping our floors regularly. I think he's stacked up over 500 NFTs.
Yeah, that's what you guys are telling me. He had over 500 Zomsays, you said. And that blew my mind.
He really believes in our project, what we're doing. He also got a glimpse of what we offer in the Discord in terms of alpha, how the community interacts. We're more of we take more of a serious approach. I mean, we're here basically making our holders go through the crypto journey with us. As you guys know, me and Gigi, we do crypto pretty much full time.
And all I do is art.
So, yeah, so whether it be airdrop hunting, testnets, mints, you name it, this is what we do, and we share kind of what we do with the community. In the past, it's gone very well, especially in terms of airdrops and testnets. Speaking of testnets, I just released one today. If people are interested, it's part of Entity Finance. They've partnered with Multiverse X, which is Elron Gold. There's a testnet right now that I posted if you guys want to go do it. It's pretty simple. It's a bit long, but it's pretty simple to do. I posted all the instructions there in the testnet channel. But yeah, getting back to Sticky, he's just been a huge supporter. And I think it's important, especially during these times in the market, to really reward the most loyal holders that we have, right? So we made the piece for gravy, a piece for Sticky. Sticky is not doxed. So in terms of portraits,
he's a dinosaur.
He decided to do a portrait of his name, which is Sticky Dinosaur. So Byron came up with a really neat
it's on the
concept.
Screen right now.
Yeah, I'm showing on stream while I'm painting here. So it's
there we go.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex with a horde of zombies behind it, right? And like when you guys told me that he had already collected over 500, or at least hit the 500 mark, like he was even saying, "I'm almost at 500," right? Like that's so cool. To me, that's something that needs rewarding. And yeah, if I had known, like that's something I like to do. Like I like to reward people that collect my stuff, because like if I wouldn't be doing this, I mean, I'd still be doing it, but it's even more fun knowing that people are actually liking it, right? And digging my art and vibing with what I do. So when people kind of go to that extreme and collect 500, wow. it needs to something. So yeah, we got a dinosaur, not really a zombie dinosaur, almost maybe. I mean, it has that kind of evil look to it, but it's more friendly. Like it wants to give you a hug just before it bites your head off. But it can't really hug you because its arms are too small, which is why it's so frustrated and angry and has a zombie horde with it, or something, right?
And now he also started picking up some creepy companions as well. He's been burning some of his zombies to acquire some creepy companions. I believe he also one of the Horde of the Undead pieces as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
yeah, he's not just collecting the zombies; he's going across the board, right? He's actually participating. He's tweeting, and these are the kind of holders that we really enjoy because we do take a lot of time to do this, and sometimes it's not really for compensation that we do this. We do it because we love this NFT scene. We love the crypto space. For Byron, he loves drawing, right? So
yeah,
it is fun when you have somebody that really participates in what we're doing, and he's not just collecting the zombies; he's collecting the creepy companions. He just got himself a horde of the undead for doing all this stuff, and he picks up the tributes. He's picking up the suits, right? For the zombies, there's like specific traits that get access to giveaways, and because he's holding so many, he gets a chance of winning a bunch of zombies on a weekly basis. Plus, he gets all the tributes and the Save the Dead. So again, these are the type of holders that we really enjoy doing all this work for because sometimes just a tweet or a nice message on Twitter goes a long way for us, and it really helps us to keep going and keep producing art for you guys. So I know that I'm ecstatic about it, and I'm sure Byron is as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not only that, he even started getting some meta wawas, so he's gonna be ready for our metaverse. He picked up a cyber wawa as well. I mean, he's really embracing the AAA culture, and I think it's just cool, and it's well deserved.
Yeah, and
for him to have his own piece, and it's going on the blockchain on the Horde of the Undead collection.
That's awesome, and it gets pretty cool that our partnership, our weird way of meeting up has blossomed into what it has become. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It's either a great thing or it's going to be the end of the world. But it's neat, because your crowd, my crowd, they're slowly intermingling. The Wax community is growing into things because Wax also has big ties in with this blockchain called Uncut, which is actually I believe a Solana chain. I'm thinking, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, the Uncut people are getting interested in more blockchains as well, and they find my art because it's affiliated with Wax and stuff, and it's just this weird kind of cyclic thing going on right now, and it's pretty groovy. It feels that the bear market, I do believe, is still now. I don't believe we've actually hit a real true bull yet, but the bull market for artists, I believe it's coming back. It's really interesting how the timeline is shifting away from
I call whatever happened in the last, let's say, 6 months, I call it maybe the Great Purge. So all the projects that were not too serious they faded away. So right. It's probably a nice cleanse that we got throughout even the NFT scene.
Yeah, like I think actually what happened back in that last bull, I think people started to do too much too quickly, started trying to grow too fast, because they're all just caught up in the money and the excitement, and they wanted to be the first one to do this on a blockchain, the first one to do this on a blockchain, and it all just kind of imploded on itself after things started to go to shit, right? So they've all kind of stepped back and let the
don't
real
forget
builders...
people were buying a NFT of a rock for like $1 million.
Yeah,
like it was. I mean, whatever happened. Yeah, whatever happened in the markets to me was necessary. And this happens every time that people get like overhyped. Something happens and it brings everybody back to reality.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that Thor?
I think. No.
That's my dog. Monica went outside to feed the birds and she's upset. Holy shit.
Poor doggy. Poor doggy.
What then?
But yeah, what I was gonna say is that I think a lot of people respect the consistency that we bring to the table, because a lot of people are doing it just for the money. So as soon as the money's not there, they disappear. They stop engaging with the community. And I think the fact that we got together, right? It helps to have Gigi pushing you a bit, and and Superman pushing me, and we're all pushing each other a little bit, right, to move forward, because sometimes it can get hard, man. It gets a bit long sometimes, especially in these bear markets where things aren't going, rolling 100%. So
Yeah.
sometimes just having that person that's still engaged and pushing Byron a little bit to push that next piece out and stuff like that. It just motivates us a whole lot, and having the community members as well that are still present, although like things are not going 100%, they're still there, and they're still supportive, and they're still super positive. And I think that's what really helps us push forward. And again, we want to do so many things. Unfortunately, sometimes it requires a bit of funding to do these things, but we're not going to let up, and we're going to keep pushing forward. We want to put some more physical pieces out for you. We want to do some merch and all that stuff. And these are all looking at different partnerships that we can do to push that forward one day. And I really think that your art resonates with a lot of people. And if we can put it on merch and have some physical pieces pushed out, and if the tools get a little bit better on the different chains, that we can do that. I really think we're gonna have a lot of success overall, and that's why we built these DAOs. So again, we really want the community to be a part of it as well, and that's why by acquiring these NFTs, they can really help us with that. And again, I think that's something that's a bit lacking across the different communities, is community members that really want to play a huge role in building the brand. So I know that on Wax, they might be a little bit stronger with you on that.
Right, but speaking of
I've
that,
seen that.
that's one thing they on Wax I sure could do with the help, right? Like I love Wax. I know what to do on every part of it almost, but I don't have the time to, or I'm gonna try to make the time, but currently don't have the time to set up partnerships and collaborations like what you guys do on Say and on Cosmos, right? So anyone listening that knows how to do that kind of stuff and wants to become part of this, I mean, this is your chance, right? Like, show us what you got. Sign up, step up. Let's see. I mean, I'm willing to share, obviously. It's just, like, you guys don't know the Wax ecosystem like Stargaze, and now that Say, right? But the Wax one, there is huge opportunities for collaboration between all these different kind of games that are out there, all these different collections, but it's all like that legwork that needs to be done, right? And it takes time. So I'm kind of looking for someone to help me out with that.
Well, you know what, Byron? I haven't, I went on vacation now for like 3 weeks. It really made me disconnect and recharge the batteries. And before that, I don't think I had gone really on a true vacation for several years. So I was really like deep diving into cryptos, and sometimes you lose yourself in there, right? You're so involved, and this is 24/7, 7 days a week, weekends, and it was even affecting my personal life, right? There was sometimes you need to take a step back and refocus and recenter. And I think again, I've been looking at Wax a little bit more lately, just looking at the different stuff and what the chain is doing, and I've been following more Wax people, and my feed now has more Wax content that's being displayed. I think Wax is really taking more of a gaming, and I think they're really putting an emphasis on NFTs and stuff. So I think they're changing a bit their focus, not relying entirely on like DeFi and stuff like that. They're really focusing on the creators and bringing brands to the chain. And I think that could be something that works out. And again, when chains are older, like Wax is, and they're more decentralized in that way, because they've been around for longer. So there's been they're battle tested the chain, so it makes it an asset as to hold that could be very interesting. So I am gonna try and dive a little bit more into that. I'm really interested in the partnership side of things. I really like negotiating stuff like that. I think it's cool and it's fun for me. I just enjoy doing it. So I'm gonna try and do much better on that side of things, on the Wax side, because I do think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for us as a brand, right? Because it's going to be Wax, it's going to be Say, it could be Polygon, it could be Solana, Stargaze, and we really have to embrace all the chains, because I do think the future is going to be multi-chain. So I'm going to help you out on that, Byron, for sure.
I would really appreciate it. Here, I made an image just for what I was talking about. And I'm going to finish this and animate all these little pictures. So let me know when you see it.
Right now it's the angry face I'm seeing. Wait, it's coming.
There we go.
Help needed.
And all these are my
Yeah.
artworks, you know, because all I do is art. I don't know how to do anything else. I mean, I do know how to do it, but it's my real passion is this, just like your real passion is negotiating. And just for an example of
Well,
things that you,
Gigi's ruthless.
yeah, well, good, because seriously, like this is what's needed in wax is tying collections and other things together with other like okay, a game is great all by itself, right? Like you got the game. Lots of people are playing it. But what if like a specific artist goes or a creator, a musician or whatever is participating and has a partnership with that game, right? It grows everybody. So, and I think that's where GG would have a real good strength in bringing partnerships across the Wax platform because it is so technologically easy to do. It's just somebody needs to just connect the dots, and that's one of GG's strengths. So there's like Alien Worlds, the biggest game on Wax. Thousands of players or whatever. There's a bunch of bots everywhere. You know, Alien Worlds is no exception. But I've already had a partnership with them, and I'm sure they'd be happy to do something along that lines, or at least we could use that thing. Taco Cryptia, which is also a DEX, I'm not sure if it's called a DEX or not, but they do exchanges of coins, right? They exchange DHC for wax and etc. But they also have a game where people are staking and stuff, and I'm building something for that game. So that's something that could be negotiated as well. And then there's other games out there as well, and there's like the Pantheon, and there's just so much that we could easily tap into, and because it's so technologically easy, and I already have all the art and the NFTs on the Wax thing, it would just make common sense to dive deep in that one. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Gaming and crypto is like the logical next step. Gamers are already fully involved in the digital world. I think even Fortnite already has their own tokens and stuff like that. So just integrating crypto in the background of all that just makes a lot of sense. So it's gonna be fun, and for sure, I'm fully re-energized now. I'll be back on Monday. Might get a little tired from the road trip.
Yeah.
But on Monday, I'm diving way back into my crypto stuff. I don't have my screens here, and I've been a bit missing out on a couple of the news. I can't get away from the Twitter, unfortunately. I have to look at it daily. I just have to stay connected to everything going on. But yeah, I'm really ready to take it to the next level. I really think the second half of the year is going to be amazing for us.
Yeah.
For the crypto sphere in general, and we really got to secure funding, partnerships, collaborations, and that's going to be like the big step for me. Hosting a lot of spaces, attending a lot of spaces. That's something that I think we've been lacking a little bit in the first quarter here, first 2 quarters.
Like I'm trying to get more into the Wax spaces and the drip spaces because I kind of get that crowd. The Stargaze and the Say spaces are a little bit more technical and money oriented, so I don't quite get that crowd yet. So that'll be yours part. But I'll definitely be showing up for all those Wax spaces. In small, if I can, I know I interrupted you and we're almost done. I just wanted to say that this painting here, which I call Stop the Insanity, you'll be able to see it probably in about 15 seconds or so. Anyway, it's about 5x7 mixed media painting that I actually ripped it in half from the gonads I had done a long time ago. I didn't like it, so I ripped it up and I reused the paper. And so I painted this Stop the Insanity 5x7, and I posted it on Drip as one of those eternal 101s. And I put it on auction, starting bid of 20,000 droplets, which is about $20. And I only got one bid, but hey, I got one bid. So this is actually now belongs to a Drip collector. So congratulations. I can't remember your name right now.
That's the Eternal piece, right?
This is the Eternal 101, never will be another, and they only a physical one. So I'll sign it and mail it off to them.
You know what? I think that's like a really cool feature because I think uniqueness and scarcity is, especially for one-on-ones, that's what really makes it special, right? There's only one of them. So I think it's a great initiative from them. So again, congratulations to whoever bid on that.
Yeah.
I just went and claimed all my drips today. I seen that I had like 4 or 5 I hadn't claimed yet. But yeah, I started late. But you're gonna have to show me again where to bid on these. I'm still not 100%.
I'll get better at promoting that part too, because I know I lack on that. Like I really want to just get back into the art a lot more, and kind of focus on that, and then do those like really nice pieces that you really want me to do, the ones that take the hours and hours and hours, right? So that's kind of where I'm.
My opinion on that, Byron, is show the art. I think that's what people resonate. So, right. So let's say we know you have a drip, but see the actual piece that's there.
Yeah.
Like the foot, I didn't see it until I went on drip. I don't know if you posted it anywhere.
I might have
on Twitter, but
on Twitter, yeah, for sure under the Drip Horde Twitter channel, and I would have retweeted it, but I might have also posted it in our Discord. I'd have to check. I
missed it. I was away, so maybe I missed it. But I think that's what people are gonna want to go and get it, right? If they see the foot with the squid arms, well, maybe that's the one that they're gonna say, "Damn, I gotta get that one there."
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a better job. And again, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna restructure a bit more everything. I know that I'm a bit the one that manages all this stuff usually. So Superman, thank you for taking a bit over the communications while I was gone. And I know it's not easy sometimes to take somebody else's responsibilities. It just doubles yours, right? So again, thanks for all that. And Byron, thanks also to stick it in while I was not there. It can be easy always to have to manage all this stuff while I'm not there. So I'll be back. I'll put everything back in order, and we're gonna kick off for Q2 and Q3 here, because I really think we're gonna do well. So we're hitting the hour right now. So I don't know if you guys had anything else you guys wanted to add to the convo, or else we'll just push this back to Tuesday for the live streams.
I think that'll be about that big scary face that I was painting in the beginning that you'll probably see in about 15 seconds. I will make that an exclusive for our Creepy Companion and Zomsays holders. So if you're holding one of those and haven't registered or verified it, get into the Discord and do so. I will drop this, and only Creepy Companion and Zomsays holders will be able to claim it, and you'll get about a week. So this will drop later on tonight, and I'll make sure I post it in the Discord.
Superman?
Just a little side note. I just saw something.
Oh, you're gone. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Superman?
Yes.
Did his volume go all the way down? It's just me.
He's pretty quiet. Whoopsie. Where did he
Hello?
go? There he is.
Yeah, there you go.
You hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, sir. Final words from Superman.
Okay, I just saw something. Yeah, just quick little side thing. I saw something, native BTC staking available on Kepler Wallet. APY is around 6%.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna be digging into that as soon as we leave this live stream, because 6% on BTC is extremely interesting.
All right, let us know in the chat, because I still haven't staked my stars since I moved it to my new wallet. So I got some stars to stake.
Make sure to put it to AAA.
Well, yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
All right.
Closing statements, Byron. I'll let you close this up.
Tune in to next week, I guess. Same time, Tuesday, around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Other than that, join the Discord. We got so much going on, it's hard to talk about all of it and keep up to date. And then follow us on all our socials. Drip Horde, Drip Twitter, or whatever. Just find us on Discord.
And if you're into feet, well, make sure to go to Drip and pick up those feet, because they're beautiful in a scary, scary way.
And on that note,
All right,
guys, have a good day.
Ciao, you too.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Where is that stop streaming button? Holy moly. There it is. Bye-bye.